Creatures from the Blog here. So it's been a while. I think I'm supposed to be Tuesday. It's not Tuesday, but I have good reason. I've been doing tons of traveling and it's been awesome. So since last time I saw you, I moved out of my old dorm and then I went on a long trip. I flew to Amsterdam where I took part in Amsterdamian local culture, and I also enjoyed the architecture. And one of my friends from Australia was there at the same time, so we went to the Van Gogh Museum together. And I got to bike there. I was couch surfing as well. I had two different hosts. I had a really good time. The one was originally from Istanbul, so he told me about Amsterdam and Istanbul, and the other one was from Nigeria, so he's telling me something about that too. Then I took the bus to Leeds, which is northern England, so it's a damn long bus ride when you're coming through the Netherlands, through Belgium, through France, on a ferry to England. But it actually was really nice because it was overnight. In the ferry, you had to get off, and you could walk around, and I kind of like touched up my makeup there because they had like a store and freshened up. So I arrived to England in the morning all refreshed. Got a nice big English breakfast. I went to the Sochi Gallery, which was super cool. And then met up with Kirsty, who, for you guys, I don't know if you remember, but Kirsty and I worked together at Girl Scout camp for 2 years, and then I visited her last time I was in England, and so I got to visit her again. And she's awesome. It was nice to actually spend a full 2 weeks with her. So we had Christmas and New Year's. Some of my favorite things we did is we had nice tea at a country club kind of place, really fancy, and we had like scones and jams and tea and champagne and little like tea sandwiches and like all the little desserts. It was awesome, and when we were done, the guy was like, "Oh, would you like to hear about the history? In case one of you ladies is, having a wedding or something sometime soon, if you were, you'd be having your wedding here. Here's the private chapel, blah blah blah." So we also went to the local pub, which was tons of fun because I love dancing, but it's also nice to sit down and chat with friends too, so it's like a good mix of those. Her friends are super cool. She's got tons of like guy friends and some girlfriends too. So when you like go out, there's always like people to dance with and drinks. So that's really nice. And also I got to celebrate Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas and is basically a relaxed party day. So we hung out with one of her coworkers on that night. It was like more of a ladies' night. And on Christmas Day, we spent it with her family and had a really nice dinner. Her aunt is also vegetarian, so she made me like all these stewed vegetables and Yorkshire puddings, and it was amazing. And her family was very generous with gifts. I got so much like English chocolate and like just, it was really nice. We also went to York for a day. It's like a cute old town, and Whitby, which is where Dracula was written. There's also an old ruins of a cathedral there. And apparently there's like a big goth get together there every year, which was probably awesome. But I really liked Whitby. We went up to Edinburgh together. We went to Edinburgh Castle and the real Mary Close, which Edinburgh originally they had these streets and then it's kind of built on a hill, so the streets go down here. And then the town decided they wanted to put a new building up here. And so to make it flat, they would have to fill in this whole street, and so they did. But now it's an attraction that you can kind of go down underneath the surface that people walk on, and you can see the old streets that were evacuated when they started building on top of them, and hear about the history. And it's really cool, actually. I also went to art museum there, and there was Christmas market. After that, Kirsty had to go home, and I went and saw my kind of distant relative. Her name's Margaret, who lives in Dundee, Scotland. And it was so sweet. She's like adorable, and she made my bed. Like I had a big bed to myself, and she even put like a little teddy bear on it, which seems silly, but being away for so long, it's nice to have somebody like kind of grandma-y who was like, "Oh, honey, are you hungry?" Like stuff like that. So she was like giving me wine every night too, and was like, "Oh yeah, drink it. I don't like wine. Here, you should finish the bottle. I don't need it." Like Criminal Minds together at night, and during the day we went to this ship called the Discovery, and it's the first ship that explored the interior of Antarctica. We were there for probably 3 hours. It was really cool. And I went to a museum about Dundee history, and also got to meet some other like relatives from that side. So just had one day we took a day trip to St. Andrews, which is where Prince William and Kate met, and it's just a really sweet old Scottish town. Also, there's like cathedral ruins there. Walked around a bit, and the one woman I guess we're related to, we're friends with the family. She's a childminder, which is somebody who watches children. So we took the little kids around St. Andrews, and they were super adorable. The one girl like learned my name by the end of it. After that, I went to Manchester, and I was couch surfing there. My host was super awesome. His name's Eugene. He's really into music, and we chatted about like indie music and 80s music, and he's fun for me because he's got like 2 record players. He has a son, but he's divorced, so when his son's not around, his son's room is open, so that's where I got to stay. So I had this whole room to myself. And he's also really active in the couch surfer culture. So the one night, his other couch surfer friend came over, and he made dinner for the 2 of us, and she was talking about her recent trip to Thailand. Her name's Haley, I think. And then the other night, he's planning a trip to Brazil with a bunch of couch surfers from Manchester. So I went with them when they were like planning and talked to some of the other people. We got some like beers together. He showed me all the free kind of museums, so I did that during the day when he worked. And I really like Manchester. It's got old buildings, it's got modern buildings, it has lots of free museums, it's got a fantastic music scene. It's got Chinatown, it's got a street called the Curry Mile, known for its Indian, Pakistani, and Bangladesh restaurants. It has like a gay lesbian section, with like bars and things. It's a really cool town. I really like it. Went to the airport and flew back to Moscow, which I haven't been to before. Met up with my friends Lisa and Jennifer there. We did all sorts of cool things. Went to Red Square, saw Lenin, saw St. Basil's, which is one of the really like iconic Russian cathedrals. Went to Goom department store, which is a huge, like all the super fancy stores are in Goom, but they also like deck it out for the holidays, and they still have their Christmas market up because Russian Christmas is different, so they keep things up a little later. I saw traditional Russian dancing in like full traditional dress. I also went to the vodka museum, and we got to have vodka shots next to like a stuffed bear, and they give you pickles as a chaser. Weirdest chaser ever, but it really works well. And it has like the history of vodka. We went to the Cosmonaut Museum. We went out one night just for a little bit. Also, Moscow has, it's not as Western as St. Petersburg, but it has more Western stores because it's more of like money-driven city, if I can put it that way. And it's also the new capital. So I got to have Krispy Kremes, which I've been missing, and Dunkin' Donuts, which was a really nice Georgian food the one night. In this place, it was like all decked out inside. It looked like a Georgian grotto. And they also played live music. Anyways, coming back from Moscow, we took an overnight train. And when I got back here, I was going to move into my apartment that morning. And Jennifer offered to help me with my stuff. So took all my shit down 5 flights of stairs. Took it like the 25 normally minute walk, took us like 45 minutes to the new place, and I had trouble getting in, and I had trouble contacting the girl, and then finally I found out there was a mix-up, and they gave my new apartment to somebody else, which is really sucky. It was a mistake. The girl's been really helpful with trying to find me a new apartment, and I think I found a solution. But right now, I'm a little bit homeless. Athena has been super nice and is letting me stay in her room while her roommate Rita is away. She went to, I think, Novosibirsk for like a week. So she left me her set of keys so I can get in and out. And yeah, like Athena is great. And she's like, oh, take your time, no hurry. Like, she's been wonderful, really. And so I think I'm going to be moving in with my friend Jennifer because her roommate is taking a long vacation. And after that, I'll find another place for the last 2 months I'm here. But think that's the plan. I will talk to you guys soon. My semester doesn't start for another week, so I'm going to be chilling this week, slash probably moving into my new place. Stuff like that.